Chat with our good friend Kim Baer, as she's going to teach you something this morning. If you didn't know about, your car insurance is more than just insurance for your vehicle.
Yes, and most people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, I was telling my office yesterday that one of the topics I was going to talk about today was when you can make a claim on your own car insurance. And even somebody in my office who hasn't been with us very long said, well, when you're in your car. And I said, well, no, okay. So most people don't understand that if you are on a bicycle and you own a car, or you're covered by car insurance policy and you are in a bike accident with a vehicle, then you can usually make a claim on your car insurance.
Really?
Yes.
Do you need to double check that fine print with your insurance company?
Page 4, I've seen the commercial, page 4, does it say in your insurance?
Right. So you're going to want to call your agent, obviously, but I will tell you that in 27 years of experience, I don't think I've seen a policy yet where there was not coverage. So what it is basically your car insurance covers you when you are in an accident with a car.
With a car.
Not on a regular bike accident.
Right. So it has to be a car and a bike.
Got it.
So you're on a bike and you get hit by a car. Anytime you are in an accident with a car, so you don't have to be on the car. So you can be on a bike, you can be walking across the street, and you can usually make a claim on your car insurance. So, and the claim that you're making usually is for underinsured or uninsured.
Right.
So for instance, if you're on a bicycle, and I've had actually a lot of these claims, if you're on a bicycle and you're biking along and you get hit by somebody, and let's say you're really hurt, and so now you're in the hospital, and the person who hit you only has the $20,000 minimum limits. Your attorney will work with you to collect that $20,000 and then turn around and make a claim on your car insurance for what we would call underinsurance. So, and again, we've talked about this several times. It's really important. I sound like I'm selling insurance. I'm really not. But you need to pull out your car insurance card or pick up the phone and call your agent and say, what are my limits for underinsurance and uninsurance? It's so sad. I mean, I've got a case right now where a child died and another child lost some fingers, and because there's a lot of people were injured, so there's just not enough car insurance to go around. So we had to look at our client's insurance, and she only has $50,000. And $50,000 for a child that you've lost, or for the child that's lost some fingers, it's just not enough. And that's something that you can buy. It's not very expensive, but you need to call your insurance agent.
I don't think people always hear the term under insurance.
Exactly.
So what exactly?
So what that means is that you've been in an accident and the person who caused the accident is underinsured. They don't have enough insurance to cover all of the damages.
Maybe not underinsured for the law, but underinsured for the situation.
Exactly, underinsured for the law, because you have to remember, in Iowa, our minimum limits are $20,000. That's not very much. And then unfortunately, we do have people that drive out there that don't carry insurance, whether they didn't have insurance to begin with or they've fallen on hard times and their insurance has lapsed. And so your best protection is to make sure that you've got adequate underinsurance and uninsurance. And so, and then the other thing I talked about, so not just riding a bike, but let's say that you're out and you're walking across the street and you get hit by a car. Again, that would kick in.
Again, a vehicle is involved.
A vehicle has to be involved. So let's say, usually when these come up is somebody's crossing on the crosswalk and somebody is and they're turning, and so they didn't see the pedestrian. I think we've all had those situations where you said, oh wait, stop, you got to make sure that you're paying attention, or I didn't see that person, I need to. And then the other point that I want to make, when you are crossing the street, you have to be in the crosswalk. Don't dart out in between cars. Don't jaywalk. There's a reason why the laws are the way they are. If you jaywalk or you dart out in front of two cars, there's a very good chance that under the law, the accident's going to be your fault, because that driver did not have an opportunity to see you. They didn't expect somebody to be darting out. They didn't expect somebody to be jaywalking.
What would happen in that situation then?
Then typically, if it's something that's caused by you, then there's not going to be any car insurance that's covered it.
Okay, what if the person that hit you decides that it was your fault? Can they place a claim against you then?
Well, they could place a claim against you for the damage to the vehicle.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, for the damage.
And would the insurance be brought into that situation there too?
No, well, your car insurance,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but it's not gonna pay you money.
Right.
So the problem, and I had somebody call me. This was a couple years ago. Someone was seriously injured, and they were trying to cross a busy street, but not at the crosswalk. And they called and said, "Hey, she's in the hospital. She's on a ventilator." And we walked through the steps, and I just said, I hate to tell you, but under the law, she caused the accident. And in Iowa, if you are 50% or more at fault for the accident, if you're 51%, you're 60%, then you cannot recover. So, my couple tips. Check your insurance card.
Insurance, yeah.
Look for underinsurance because you don't have to carry it in Iowa. So a lot of times people opt out. It's not very expensive. Number 2, if you're going to cross the street, make sure that you're in the crosswalk. And then number 3, if you know somebody that's been in a bike accident and been hit by a car, usually they don't even know that they can make a claim.
Right.
And your insurance adjuster and your insurance company is not out there watching to see what happens to you, so they're not going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we've got some money for you."
Yeah.
Okay. So
They're not going to offer it in most cases.
Yeah, they're not going to offer it.
Really
Yeah.
quickly, what if you're a passenger in a vehicle? You're not
yes.
driving the vehicle, but
Yes.
you're in an accident.
Jackie, I'm so glad you brought that up. So if you are a passenger in a vehicle, your car insurance also covers you. So
Okay.
that's another thing to remember. And a lot of people don't think that either. They say, "Well, I wasn't driving, or I didn't own the car."
Right.
Yeah. And so you may be in a car accident, and let's say you and I are driving, and let's say you're a bad driver, and you caused the accident. Well, I'm going to make a claim on your insurance company, and then I'm going to make, if you don't have enough, let's say that you've only got $50,000 and I'm really hurt, then I can make a claim on mine as well.
So
Okay.
that same type of situation.
Same type of situation, and I'm just a passenger in your car.
Got it.
Now, one more scenario, I'm riding with you and you didn't cause the accident, but Jackie caused the accident, so she's in a separate car.
Which is a more likely scenario. Yeah, okay.
Well, no comment. So I'm going to, then as the passenger, I'm going to make a claim on your policy, and then my
Oh,
policy.
wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I have 3 levels of coverage. And sometimes if I'm really hurt, let's say you only have 20,000, let's say you only have 50,000, and my medical bills are already at 100 grand, I'm going to make a claim on all 3 policies.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't realize that.
Yes,
But
yes.
little things you may not have known.
Little
about
things you
this.
might not know, and if you've been in a car accident, a bike accident, you've been hit by a car, give us a call. We don't charge for consultations, obviously. We're more than happy to sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk about what your rights are.
All right. And
All right.
what's that number they should
Sure,
call?
515 injured. We're right across the street from Vets Auditorium. So
Sounds
Easy to
good.
find, too.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful. Good to see you again.
yeah,
Thank
good to see you
you.
too. Yeah.
All right, we will be right back. It is 7:50 right now. And when we return, it's Totally Serious News Time. And what's the fastest line to get into at the grocery store? Well, there's a theory behind it. You can put it to the test next on CW Iowa Live.